Stay Gurubhyo Namaga children, you are welcome for online class. Class 11, we are going to see a new poem today. I am sure and super excited today because I have very interesting topic lined up for but before I tell you what it is, I have something to ask you. Do you have a pet at home? Well, if you do so, that it is great. And I have a cute fluffy cat that is my bundle of joy. But at times this bundle of joy turns into bundle of mischief. And let me tell you, and it is no fun when the pets show their wicked side. Now you must be wondering why I am telling you this. That's because in this section we shall read and discuss a poem which talks about a cat, that to a criminal cat. And let me warn you, this is a normal cat, it is a criminal, a master disguise, awfully dirty, and has a best criminal agency on his toe. Now I can see excitement liberating on your eyes. Better hold down those feelings before it vanish. Let us start the poem. You want to know the topic of the poem? Yes. Yeah. Macavity and written by TS Eliot. TS Eliot's poem Macavity. So Macavity, what do you mean by cavity? So cavity is something. So here this cat is just hiding, and you know that in a place where you say that there is no something is not there or something is missing, like that. So in a tooth something is missing, we say cavity, or in anything something is missing, we say cavity. So here when a criminal thing takes place, that place something is missing, and that's why the poet selects this name and just kept it Macavity. And we'll see about the poet. So Macavity, the mystery cat, TS Eliot, class 11, 4th unit. So you can see how the Macavity is. See, Thomas Stern Eliot was born on 28 September in Missouri, USA. And he is a poet, essayist, publisher, playwright, literary critic, and an editor. In 1914, he moved to England for settlement. That means he want to go and work for his thing, and he got married there. So at the age of 25, he settled in USA. So here first he was just there in USA, and then he gone to England. So he is born USA and lived in England. So he is both American and an English poet. He won a Nobel Prize in Order of Merit in 1948. He got 2 prizes. He won a Nobel Prize and Order of Merit in 1948. He died on 4th January at the age of 76 in London. Let us see. Thomas Stern Eliot from 1888 to 1965 was an essayist, a critic, playwright, and a pioneering poet of the 20th century. He attended Smith Academy in St. Louis and then Milton Academy in Massachusetts. The graduate from Harvard University and then left for France and the Sorbonne to study philosophy. Eliot returned to Harvard and deepened his knowledge by reading Indian philosophy and studying Sanskrit. So he was just studying a Sanskrit also, and he was master over there in his studies. He studied Indian philosophy and studying Sanskrit. He also finished his advanced degree at Harvard. Some of his popular poems include, so he had wrote so many poems. One is Macavity, the others we see what it is. It is the Wasteland, Love Song of J. Alfred Brock, Ash Wednesday, Four Quartet, Journey of the Maggie, After Strange Gods, and Naming of Cats. TS Eliot won Order of Merit and received Nobel Prize in the year 1948. So I hope you understood about his work. So his famous works are Ash Wednesday, The Wasteland, and Four Quatrains, God and Naming of Cats. A merit, he had received 2 merits. One is Nobel Prize and merits, and he got Order of Merits in the year of 1948. Macavity we will go and see about the kist, and then we will go for the reading. Macavity, the Mystery Cat, is a humorous poem where the poet TS Eliot describes the mysterious qualities of Shardwell Cat. He commits a crime at every possible opportunity. This villainous cat makes so many things, criminal work, and when they were at the place, when police or any investigation person is there, it will be not there. So it won't be in that place. So every possible opportunity, a crime at every possible opportunity. He is an elusive master criminal. He is a master criminal who leaves no evidence after he commits a crime. So after he commits a crime, he will be with this master plan, and he will be just do the master criminal activities, and he will not be in that place. Even the Scotland Yard, the London detective agency, is unable to arrest him. So you know that the Scotland police and their office was very great in just finding the criminals, but they too had been defeated by this master criminal villain. The flying squad is desperate because every time they rush to the crime spot to seize Macavity, he is not there. So you know that there will be a flying squad. When they get the news, immediately they will be on the spot. When they are going to the spot, the fraction of a second, the criminal cat, Macavity, will not be in that place. So it is very clear, children. He breaks the human law as well as the law of gravity. He baffles even a fakir with his power levitation. Macavity appears tall and thin with his sunken eyes. He is always preoccupied with some serious thought in his coat, and his whiskers are unkempt. Macavity is a devil in the guise of a cat. He appears to be outwardly respectable, but his act disapprove it. So here they were hunt for this Macavity, and so many people are hunting, but it will be doing all the criminal activity, and some are stunned at the work of Macavity. So here it is very clearly told. Macavity loots the larder, ransacks the jewel case, and breaks the greenhouse glass, but wonder of wonder, he is not be found anywhere there. He is always away from the scene of crime. So he will be doing all the criminal activities, criminal works, and he will be not in the spot immediately. So the person will be hunting for him, and they will be not happy. Happily on doing difficult division sums. He is clever at making up an alibi every time he plots a crime. All the notorious cats are nothing but the agent of Macavity, the Napoleon crime. So it is very clear, children. Okay. See, we will be reading the poem. Now that I have time for us to read, we will read the poem. Let us see how it is. Macavity is a mystery cat. He is called the hidden power, for he is the master criminal who can defy the law. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying squad's despair. For when they reach the scene of the crime, Macavity is not there. Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. He has broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. And when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. You may seek him in the basement, you may look up in the air, but I tell you once and once again, Macavity is not there. Macavity is a ginger cat. He is very tall and thin. You would know him if you saw him for the sunken eye. His brow is deeply lined with thought. His head is highly doomed. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. He saves his head from side to side with movement like a snake. And when you think he is half asleep, he is always wide awake. Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity, for he is a fine and feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by street, you may see him in a square, but where they discovered, then Macavity is not there. He is outwardly respectable. They say he cheats at cards, and his footprints are not found in his Scotland yards. And when the ladder is looted, or the jewel rifled, or when the milk is missing, or another thing is stifled, or the greenhouse glass is broken, and the terrils past repair, hi, there is the wonder of the thing. Macavity is not there, and when the foreign office find the treaty is gone away, cats those, some plants and the drawing by the cavity. There may be a scrap of paper in the hall or on the stair, but it is useless to him. In the Macavity is not there, and when the loss is happen in that secret things, the service say, it must have been a Macavity a mile away. You will be sure to find him resting or licking of the thumb, or engaged in doing complicated long divisions. Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. There never was a cat of such deceitfulness and suavity. He always has an alibi, and one of the two is specific. After time the deed took place. Macavity wasn't there, and they say that all the cats whose wicked deeds are likely known. I might mention Manjuris, I might mention Griddlebone, or nothing more than agents for the cat who all the time just control their operation, the Napoleon of crime. So this is the full poem, children. We have read the full poem. Out of the reading, you would have understand what all the work the villain cat is doing. So the villain cat name is Macavity. And see, now that I have read the poem, I am sure you must understand what is it about. So let us elaborate the stanzas by lines. Okay. So your first few lines you can understand. Macavity, the mystery cat, is a humorous poem where so you can see the criminal cat. It is in brown color, ginger color. So we will see that what the first stanza tells us. Macavity is a mystery cat, is called the hidden paw, for he is the master criminal who can defy the law. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying square despair, for when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. So, here you can understand very clearly Macavity is a mystery cat. Macavity is a mystery cat. He is called the Eden paw. He is called as the Eden paw. What do you mean by Eden paw? You know that when an animal or something, if you want to trace, we can find with the paw in the places. With that we will be tracing the animal. But here it is having Eden paw because nowhere it had left the paw or any thing to caught. So, he was very cautious about escaping. So, it would be doing all the criminal activities and he never caught. For he is the master criminal who can defy. Defy means the law. Defy means disobey the law. So, who can disobey the law? He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard. So, here Scotland Yard you will be having an officer for the bafflement. Bafflement means confusion. So, he is a confusion for the Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard is a place where the police officers place is there and the agency, secret agency and so many people who is helping the police will be working at the place. Even they find very difficult to find it. And the flying squads despair, the police who are at work and they will be just moving to the place, hurrying, flying squad. There will be a special police and there will be when something happened, they will be just moving to the place. And they were just trying, even they found that it was not possible. For when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. So, when the criminal act has been done, the Macavity is not in that place. It will be not in that place. It will be doing all the thing and it will be not in that place. So, it will be doing all the criminal work and theft or whatever it is, but at that place this Macavity will not be there. And because it is so clever and it will be escaping from the place and it will not give any proof or evidence to find it out. So, that was the first stanza and we will keep a stop here and continue in the second part. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will be receiving the latest updates. Thank you, children.